In this video, I want to introduce you to the simplex method and introduce you to some variable, or excuse me, some vocabulary that you need to be familiar with. We've sort of been building up to this type of problem for a while now. I want you to understand the simplex method is a maximization method. There are other methods that do minimization, which is the big M method. There's another method called the dual method that actually does both. Those are beyond the scope of this course, particularly given the present way we are doing our class, but we do want to make sure we get the simplex method. So here we have what's called a tableau, which we have been introduced to already, and it's asking which variables are basic. You'll be able to identify the basic variables by looking at which variables have only zeros and ones in their columns. So for example, x1 and x2 are not basic, s1 is basic, s2 is basic, and p is basic because that's where I have only zeros and ones. So s1, s2, and p are my basic variables. Okay? The non-basic variables are going to be the ones that don't have only ones and zeros in the column. So x1 and x2 are non-basic. Okay. Now, non-basic variables are set to 0 at the beginning. So x1 is non-basic, so it is set to be 0 at the beginning. x2 is non-basic, so it is set to be 0 at the beginning. Again, this is an introduction to the problem, or the process. S1, if I just were to look at this matrix, ignoring the x1 and x2 column, S1 would be 1 S1 plus 0 S2 plus 0 equals 15, so S1 in the beginning is equal to 15. S2 would be equal to 23, and then my P, which I'm assuming is profit, but not actually defined in this problem, my P is going to be 10. And then it says which of the following is true? Do I need a pivot? I'm going to explain what a pivot is later on, but the way we'll know if we need a pivot is if my last row has any negative values. If there's a negative value in the last row, a pivot is required. We've got a -5 here, so pivot is required. All right, guys, hope this helps. Please watch the other videos for further instructions.